Welcome back to All Things ETH. My name is Aaron, and on this channel we talk about all things Ethereum. We talk about projects, NFTs, play to earn, and price. And today, guys, I'm talking about price in particular because I think we're on the way up, but I don't think we're there yet. I think we're in a bull trap actually right now, and this is a very timely video because Ethereum is up about 12%, or actually a little bit more. Let me check the charts here. So we're up right now from the lows. We're actually up quite a bit more than 12%. I'm going to say, yeah, 35% right now, currently from the lows that we saw before. And guys, I do think we're not out of the weeds yet. We probably will see a price nearing $900 again for Ethereum. So don't get caught in this trap, guys. Not financial advice, just my opinion, but I'm looking at the price versus will money flow and the trend exhaustion from Trade Confident. Guys, go over there if you don't use their products. They are fantastic. They are the best indicators that I've used for crypto trading. Totally. So I sold 1 ETH. I have 1 ETH that I'm not in staking. Just something I trade with occasionally, trying to get better prices, trying to stack my ETH, guys. And this is investment advice. I will say the best way, if you're an ETH holder, guys, the best way to put it to use is to be an investor. Like Robert Kiyosaki says, you know, you should be making money on your money. So if you can possibly either be staking or swing trading to get more ETH, to stack more ETH, guys, I highly recommend it, because otherwise you're just hodling to hodl and not being active with your investments. And being active with your investments means you are an investor, and that means you're doing better for yourself every day by stacking a little bit more ETH. Other things that I'm staking in right now, I've got some Lido staked ETH, so head over to lido.fi. Stake your Ethereum over there for about 4%. And then on top of that, guys, I've got a couple ETH in Ribbon Finance. Ribbon is my favorite place to stack ETH right now because it gives you options contracts to gain more ETH. In fact, you can put in regular Ethereum right here into the covered call strategy there. It's an automated covered call strategy right now. The protocol itself is smart. It auto-generates covered call strategies in a protocol called Open. And Open is a European, I think it's British in particular, options contract strategy platform. And it's so the Ribbon Finance team has built out a way to automatically sell covered calls, and then and based on high out of the money contracts. And right now we're $200 or $150 away on the ETH price from hitting this this contract, and we're a week out. They start Friday mornings. Every single Friday morning there's a new contract updated. Last week we made 0.6%, or rather yeah, 0.6% on the week was what we'll make this week. Last week we made 0.53%, and this week we'll make 0.6% if the contract expires out of the money or below $1,350. Last week was the same strike price, but it was a lower price at the time, so that's why we made 0.53% instead of 0.6%. And I'm hopeful that this week, since we're at the top of the price versus will money flow and the trend exhaustion, I do think over the next couple days we'll see ETH back down. You know, nearing, you know, at the very least we'll probably hit 1100, just because we're on a upward trajectory here with this trend line. We might hit 1100 over the weekend, might see some higher prices before we come back down. I do think, guys, that we're probably going to struggle to get above, you know, this 1270 mark that we couldn't get above earlier in June here. Around June 15th, 14th, we had started that trend, and we have gone down since. And I do think we'll be in this neighborhood for the next, possibly through the middle of July. So just look out for that, guys. I do think we'll probably double bottom, nearing, you know, $900 if we don't go any further down. Now that's totally going to depend on you know, things like oil prices, The overall economy, I do think we're seeing, we did see a drawdown in oil prices, although we're heading back up right now. And I do think we're not out of the weeds yet. We still have war going on in Ukraine. We have supply chain issues. We've got a lot of inflation going on, and so far we haven't seen a lot of relief from the United States federal government releasing oil for us to consumers to take advantage of. So price per barrel is continuing to stay above $100 a barrel. And I remember, gosh, back in I think it was 2008, 2009, when this spiked, we only hit like $80, $90 a barrel. So we're well above that now, and staying above that. So do look out for that as far as the overall economy goes. That's one of my indicators. Another indicator that I use, obviously, is the NASDAQ, the S&P, and the Dow Jones. But I also like using the VUG. This is the Vanguard Growth ETF, and this gives you just an overall snapshot of the market, guys. We are seeing a little bit of an uptrend right now, but look at these bounces. We peaked up back here November, December of last year, and we've been on a downtrend since. And we get these little humps. Hump, up hump, you know, like this was almost going to eclipse this previous hump, but we're on a downtrend for sure, guys. We could see, you know, next week up in the range of 250 for the VUG or the Vanguard ETF, but I do think we're still going to see a downward trajectory as we move into the summer because of overall prices. And look at this, price versus whale money flow is super high right now. On this indicator here, and we're in the top red section on the trend exhaustion as well. So if we see any more movement, I'd be very surprised without seeing some sort of reversal here. We might stay up here, you know, through the middle of next week and possibly drop down, though we could see a relief rally like we did back here, guys. Although we had one hump and a lower hump, we'll probably have one hump, lower hump, and then back up for a relief rally. So that's my prediction, guys. Not a financial advice, but that means that Ethereum and Bitcoin, Ethereum's having a little bit of a breakout versus Bitcoin right now. So you know, Bitcoin is not making higher highs as Ethereum is. So that's interesting. I do think we possibly could see some merge related, you know, upward price action in Ethereum, but I do think we're a little bit soon for that. I don't expect to see that until August and September, when we will be heading towards the merge at full speed. And right now we're still in testnet phases, and until the merge happens, we're not going to see you know, the supply diminish greatly. So we're just kind of waiting for that personally. But as the price of ETH heads towards the top line here, this green line that I've put in place, and the top red section, it's pretty oversold, guys, or overbought in my opinion on this chart. So I do expect, and that's why I sold 1 ETH, for us to go back down, possibly 1,100, more likely closer to 1,000, and possibly down back to a double bottom of around $900 per Ethereum, guys. And that's what I'm really hoping for. I'm hoping to hold out to at least 1,000, if not 800. And when this comes back down to hit bottom here, or the money flow heads back down, then when it gets closer to my orange line here, I'm going to start buying it back up. Maybe do a half an Ethereum first, maybe another half soon after. We'll see. I do think, you know, we're coming into a weekend. We tend to see some whale manipulation over the weekend, guys. And where there's not a lot of trading going on, you can really affect the markets by you're dumping a lot onto the market. So look out for that. For all my Axie Infinity people out here, I did sell 20 AXS at around 1650, and then another AXS just now around 17.15, and I do expect the price of AXS, especially with the possible news of the bridge reopening by the end of this month. We've been waiting for that to happen. I do think, guys, we could see a pretty significant dump in AXS and RON and SOP prices if the bridge reopens, because we'll see a mass exodus out of the Axie Infinity Ronin chain onto Ethereum and onto exchanges to see, you know, Binance is already open, thankfully, but I think a lot of Americans in particular who can't use Binance will want to be selling a lot of their AXS, especially at this prices. And I do think this is kind of a run up before the possible, you know, there's possibly some exit liquidity for some whales here, guys, before we see some max exodus with the possible reopening of the Ronin bridge into Ethereum, guys. So that's what I'm doing right now. Sold 20XS and another 20XS just recently in the last 24 hours to get ready for that, as I've seen some higher prices finally for AXS, and I'm staking 80. I'm going to hold 80 in the Ronin chain on and just continue to stack there. Again, if you're an investor, you're stacking, you're not just holding, guys. So keep it up. And good luck to all of you. Not financial advice. Consult your financial advisor on all things crypto and stocks and, you know, your 401k and all that, guys. But this is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm recommending. So thank you so much for watching. And with that, have a great weekend and God bless.